This here is my hobby room, and today we are gonna give it a big makeover. A few months ago, Elegoo's Discord server got nuked. They lost everything and had to start from scratch. They called it the rebuild program. Within that program, they were restarting the Discord server. They needed new information, new channels, new rules, new everything. And they asked the community to help with that. So you could supply tips on how to prevent further hacks, how to make the server more secure, channel recommendations, setting recommendations, information on printers, things like that. With that program, they also started the Rebuild Giveaway. One of those giveaways was that you had to supply one piece of information, or a tip, or a recommendation, or whatever, and enter a raffle. And if you won that raffle and you had supplied one piece of information, you won. That was the two requirements. And if you were within the top 3 of the people drawn, you could win a printer. And I won. I was the first to be drawn. And I won some. So today we are gonna change it up and we are gonna redecorate and reorganize this room for the most part. So let's get going. Now, my room is a mess, and it's basically always a mess. I try to clean it as much as I can, but it doesn't stay clean for very long. But we have a few things. First, these are new legs and basically a new stand with a few drawers I can put things in for my old desk, because we're gonna move all of the stuff from there over to this one. This is gonna be my new workspace, and that's for one big reason. Like I said, I won a printer in a giveaway, and I could have chosen a Centauri Carbon, one of the newest FDM printers, but I was like, I already have an FDM printer. It does everything I needed to do pretty well, and I don't use it as much. So I could get a better FDM printer, but I'm gonna use it for a week because it's like, ooh, new printer. And then I'm not gonna use it ever again, or just as much as the old one I have. That does everything I need to do. So I choose their Mars 5 Ultra, their top of the line entry resin printer. Because I like resin printing. I haven't done it before, but I know the results, I know the stuff you can get with it, and it's just insane. And it's a great addition to any skill modeler's tool set, because you can make so many cool things with it. To improve your kits, to make new kits, to make entire new things. So I was like, let's choose a printer. And I chose this, the Mars 5 Ultra. Now, resin printer comes with a lot of precautions. Everybody knows that resin printing isn't safest. You need a lot of precautions, a lot of PPE. You don't want to touch the resin, you want to make it pure, you don't want the fumes in your house, or at least as few of it as you can. So I decided to go with a grow tent with an exhaust fan out of the window next to my spray booth. And I think that will work, but we need the space. Now, this desk you've all seen in different ways, different angles, and it's good, but it's very unstable. You've seen that in my previous videos. If I'm standing, the whole desk shakes, the camera arm shakes, and the whole footage shakes. Now I fixed that by using a different camera mount, but the desk still isn't that stable. And before I put any additional weight on it, I want to reinforce it with the new leg I got from IKEA. We're going to switch out the legs first, then we're going to move everything from this desk to the new space. Then we're going to unbox all the things regarding the resin printer. I'm going to set that whole thing up. So let's start with the legs, and then we'll move on to moving everything to the other side. So I've assembled it, and I was stupid enough to drop this inside bolt into the leg. So it isn't fully built correctly. As you can see here, it moves in and out because it doesn't hold together, but I am sure that once these are mounted to the table, it can't move anymore. So it doesn't really matter as much. Just make sure to screw the threaded piece into the big metal piece before you drop it in, because otherwise it's going to be stuck in there forever. So now we're going to put this under the table, and I'm going to put it there, then remove the old tables, hope it doesn't collapse on me, and then yeah, we're just gonna see. I'm not gonna film it because it's a very awkward angle. I need that leg over there, which you can't even see right now. So we're gonna move that there, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so I put the new legs on the desk, and it's a little bit more stable. It's not as stable as I would have liked it, but I don't think you can really get there without using drawers like these. So I'm pretty happy with how it is right now. It's also very much, I try to get it level as much as I can. I still need to level the depth of it, but for now the width is completely level as much as I can with these legs. So once I have more space on the desk, I'll try to level the depth of this as well. But now we're going to move everything from that desk over to here, and I'm going to show you guys most of it. One of the first things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this desk away from the wall, because this lamp mount needs to go between it. It's quite unfortunate that there will be a gap there, but I might just be able to cover it up with a Gridfinity system. I just do a 2 depth, one that overhangs, and then I can put things in there. I might just do that. I've seen some guys and some Discords do amazing things with desk mounted Gridfinity system, so I might just go into that. But for now, let's get this desk off the wall and mount this there. The fitment of this is far from great. It's quite terrible. The cord here is hitting, well, it's not, it's bending with it, and it can bend, so I'm pretty sure this will last, this won't. Okay, so the gap has been made as equal as I can get it on both sides. Seems to be very good. I have some leftover Gridfinity fit grids that I'm gonna, yeah, okay, so it's basically one overlap. I can use this to make it even if I just glue it like this. And to be fair, I think this might just be a great set. And I can also just route that underneath it. And then it will still swivel. And then I can make some great Gridfinity stuff for on a desk. So I think that's what I'm going to do with it down the line. So I'll need to get my printer back up and running. Okay, so these hooks go in like this. And then that goes like that. That's good. And then we have this, goes like that. Okay, so everything that needs to be gone from this desk is gone to the other side, and I'll show it later. But for now, we're gonna unbox the printer, put it up here, just so I can get rid of the packaging, because it's in the way. I need to move stuff around as well, and I can't really do that with the big box here. So we'll be unboxing it. This will go up here, and then once the whole grow tent is here, I'll take it off, put the grow tent on, put the printer in. But for now, I just want to be rid of this box. So we have taken off most of the packaging. Now I'm pretty sure to get this off. First you take this one off. We have the AI camera over here. And then I can just take this off like that. Okay. Stuff like this, not particularly the DSPs, but the full ones are pretty convenient to keep, because you can poke your skewers in here to clip your paint parts on it and put it in. This print bed is way smaller than I imagined it would be. But regardless of that, I think it will work fine. So, first thing I'm gonna do now a lot of packages have arrived. I will be installing the grow tent, then I'll be installing the exhaust system, put the printer back in and do some of the remaining things, and then in a few days I'll have the Current wash station and then we'll finish it all off. So let's get started with installing and building the grow tent, and then I'll get back to you guys. I'll probably do it in a montage style as well. So let's go. Okay, so the whole thing is assembled. It's giant and I think it will work. We have the carbon filter with the motor behind it. It's very small. I thought it was bigger, but it isn't. Then we have the printer with here a temperature meter and a humidity meter. Pretty great because you know resin needs to be at an ideal temperature to print. Then I have this silicone mat that I can use to prime my prints off. Then I have the resin. Here it's very dark. I need to get some LED lights in here. The funnel, the scraper, to clean the funnel and all that. And then here you have the remote. And with that, and if I close the whole enclosure and I leave a little hole right about here, you create a airflow that pulls air in from here alongside the printer into the filter outside there, out of my window. So I think this will work. I might need to replace the motor at some point because it isn't as powerful as I preferred it to be. I might just get a second one of those I have in my spray booth, because that one is really powerful and then I mounted somewhere there. I have less space than I thought it would have. I don't know. This is 20 centimeters and that was what I was expecting, but I don't know. When I imagine it, it's never lines up. So yeah, that's great. Now I need to wait for the wash cure station, which will be put there alongside 2 small air purifiers from Elegoo that I'll put in there as well. I'm gonna turn this off for now. But yeah, it works. I can take the lid off that easily. I can lift it and then like tilt it off like that. But I can open the flap up even more and put it behind it. So that's, yeah, it works. I think those will work. This side of the desk is a mess. I need to clean all the boxes up and then I'm gonna print some graffiti stuff around the edges to fill the gap. Yeah. So as you can see, it has been a while and the desk is now in a more finished state. I've put some of my bins and hang things on the SCADIS board over here. And here we have the Atom paint holders, and over here we have the Nether Build clip holders. I'll put a link to that in the description. And my FDM printer is printing some Graffiti stuff on my desk. I will make a video about that later as well. And here you can see the entire printing setup, including the wash and cure station, has been built. Now I've already printed a beautiful miniature from Mammoth Factory Games, and we will be painting that next month in the monthly miniature video. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you guys in my next video. If you have any questions, leave them down below.